everybody, this is Kara Johnstad, voice visionary, singer-songwriter, and here with you on the OMTimes Expert platform. I have this song streaming through my head today. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. It's been a very intense last week in Berlin, and we start this session by sending peace and love to everybody all around the world, all over this planet, for people that are missing people, for people that are not at home for the holidays. We use our voice to bring in guidance. We have 6 p.m. in Berlin, which is 12 noon New York, time for lunch in Berlin. I am sipping a tea. I'll have my dinner at 7. And in LA, many of you, Seattle, San Francisco, may be joining us for your morning coffee or your morning tea. And last time we had someone in from Singapore. So we are having a global meeting, and it's time to ask your questions about voice, and anything that I can answer, I am happy to do so. And share with me your thoughts, not only on your voice or any questions that you might have, but also if you have any questions or any thoughts or anything you'd like to share about my music, which you are going to find on iTunes and Amazon, just feel free to write me that. So I'm going to scroll down here. Those are my beautiful reading glasses. I'm going to scroll down here and try to find the chat stream so that I can see who's coming on. Once again, if you're tuning in now, this is Kara Johnstad, voice visionary, singer-songwriter, and I'm here with you today to talk all about voice. This is all about voice, vibration, sound healing, songwriting, poetry, and all those beautiful things. I'm waiting for a message from my team in the USA to make sure that I am streaming. I do not see the, I get an okay that I'm streaming here, but I do not see the stream on the OMTimes platform, which means I cannot follow any of the calls. So the question is now if we are plugged into one of my other pages. So I am streaming. As you see, it is dark. I'm in Berlin, Germany. It's dark outside. It's dinner time. We have 6 p.m. in Berlin. It's also 6 p.m. in Paris, which I always love. 6 p.m. in Rome, 6 p.m. in Copenhagen, 6 p.m. all around Central Europe, and that means 5 p.m. in London, 12 in New York, Washington, Boston, all those great places. And we have we have about, I think it's 9 a.m. in LA, Seattle, San Francisco. So share with me where you're from, and let's get started on voice. Okay, behind me you see my piano. That's Mr. Steinway. Mr. Steinway is the piano where I do a lot of my composing. So some of you know me through my music, my albums, the singles, Naked Thoughts, and Mr. Steinway is where I do a lot of my work with clients when I'm teaching voice and also writing my songs. So I see that we have a few people have joined. Again, I apologize for being late. We had some sound issues. We have checked the microphone a few times and have gone back to that wonderfully reliable headset from Apple. Beautiful. So I see we have Ursula here, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. So let me share a little bit about the upcoming webinars that we have at OMTimes that are happening. We have on December 29th, I have the Create Your Soul Goals for the New Year. And this is a fantastic opportunity. Everybody's running very, very fast in the moment. So this is a fantastic opportunity to tune in to what your inner voice has to say, right? So your inner voice is sending you guidance all the time. And a lot of times when we're writing our goals, we're coming from a space of, the mental mind saying, what do I want? What do I need to succeed, and all those things. But it might not necessarily be what your higher guides are leading you towards. And so this is a beautiful system which allows us to really tap in and tune in to that inner voice that is guiding us all the time, so that we can be open to receive the guidance for 2017 that is happening. Many of you know that 2017 is considered one of those new beginning years. The reason why is 2016, if you add up all the numbers, came up to a number 9, and 2017, if you add up all those numbers, it comes to a 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1. So there are many systems that say that 2017 is new beginnings, new, I guess you can't say much more than new beginnings, right? New starts. It's a commencement for many people. And we've sensed this last year. It's been very much a year of voice. What is our voice worth? What is the value of our voice? When we cast our vote, we had a very big election happening in the United States. And what voices are we also allowing into our system, right? Which is, for some of you, it might be interesting to know that we have different layers of the voice. We have the dream voice. I just opened my comment bar. We have the dream voice. We have the subconscious, collective conscious. We have the voice that you hear on the outside. We have also the voices in our heads. So now I do see all your chats. Peace, love, and harmony. Yes. Thank you. Is it C Love? Hello. Hello, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Fantastic. Yes, peace and love. This is a very harmony. Master Sha. Exactly. The beauty with voice is that, and also music is a universal language, and the beauty with voice is that it's really you are able to shift harm into harmony. So in these times, in these evolutionary times that we're in, what better place to begin than not only by tapping into your own frequency and your own vibration, but also to be able to harmonize the planet. And awesomely enough, when we join together and create a unified voice, or we start chanting together or singing together and stepping into that light, then the earth has every reason to celebrate, and we're able to shift from violence into vibrance. And I think it's one of the quickest ways. And this is why my path these last years, I was doing a lot of performing, a lot of writing, a lot of producing CDs, and also a lot of private coaching. But this last year, I've gone very much more into expanding onto a bigger platform, because voice is one of the quickest ways, not only to unify consciousness and to bring us into a collective field where we can support each other, but also to help to heal the world and keep the vibes high when we're facing for many, very fearful situations. As you know, streaming from Berlin this last week has been a difficult one, and we have, though, these moments all over the world. People facing very, very dire situations at a time when we're also looking to celebrate and bring joy. Yesterday we had the solstice, which was, of course, out of darkness, light does grow. So share with me your questions. If you're tuning in now, we have Pittsburgh, Share with me your questions. Yeah, light grows. That's fantastic. That is amazing. Look at that. I can even see better. Light grows. Share with me your questions on voice. I have 3 comments here. I have Ursula, and I believe it's See Love. Could also be Say. Love, love, love. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I received a very short video message from a very dear friend with this song. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And that's the essence, that if we all hold that piece of peace, right? If we all become the masterpieces that we are, well, then everything kind of will click into place. So the OMTimes platform that you're visiting is this magnificent place which is now gathering experts all over the world. We're in Europe, in the States, I'm sure in South America, Central America. I'm meeting more and more people all the time, and they're energy workers, and they're light workers, body workers, as we used to say, doing Reiki, doing Feng Shui, doing mystery schools, and different sound healing, right? And I'm working with the voice a lot. And it's just phenomenal what's coming together. We've been doing the last 6 months, basically, putting up new webinars for you. And I have, at the end of the year, the Create Your Own Soul Goal webinar happening. And then in January, I'm going to do again a course upon request. It's called Find Your Courage, Find Your Voice. And Find Your Courage, Find Your Voice is a system that I developed to have you drop all your fear, all your voice fear especially. We have 90% of most people carry some amount of stage fright inside their bones to really step up into the light and to share their message with the world. And this 4 weeks is dedicated not to opening the sound of the 5th chakra, but is really eradicating the fear mindsets and connecting you back to source and connecting you back to that universal energy which brings you to that space, that pure space that you knew as a child, where you were in free flow, connected, absolutely connected, happy to dance, happy to make tones, happy to sing, highly creative, tapped in, tuned in harmony with you, and basically living that joy and that bliss and that celebration. And so that's happening. That's going down on January 12th, and it's a 4-week program on OMTimes Network, and you can come anytime. These things are being taught live. So everything I'm doing at OMTimes, we're doing live. So you have the chance to write your questions and to talk and to share as a community. But also everything is recorded, meaning you can study at your own pace. And I've developed guided meditations that are about 30 minutes long to accompany you through that process every day. You can tune in and then drop one more layer of fear. So at the end of the 4 weeks, many people wrote in and said how beautiful it is to be connected back to that pure space. Right? This pure space. We were born with voice. We were born with a free, open voice. And that's basically the driving force behind humanity, behind evolution, is all these thoughts, all these ideas, all these voices manifesting, all the books, all the CDs, even the marketing. We are language. And when we start to understand that we're language, then we can deepen our connection and can purify those thoughts and really, really kind of move things in the right direction. So here we are. I do not see any more comments coming in, so feel free, if you want to ask something about voice, feel free to do so. I'm going to share with you one very special thing for those that are tuned in with me today. I know that it's holidays, and we can also say holy days. And I love this word because it brings certain imagery to me. And the one imagery it brings is to be whole. So for me, it's not about being holy, it's about being whole. It's holistic. The other thing that I've always loved as a singer is that this is an opening, a hole. It's like a black hole into my body, connecting my mind and heart and the inner and outer worlds. And so for me, holidays, holy days, being whole is very much about the openings, also our ears, right? And the breath that goes in our nose. We have the holes, the black holes, and the holes are very holy. And so to celebrate this time of year with you guys, I'd like to offer you an OMTimes special, super duper cool deal so that you can, if you'd like to, learn to open that fifth chakra live online, studying personal training, personal coaching, private coaching, and I have created, which I'm going to type into the chat bar, a 25% off coupon that is good until the end of this year. Okay, so it's good for 3 times. So you can also gift it to somebody if you'd like to. If you'd like to have someone experience the power of voice, feel free to do so. We work on different themes, so I am working with everybody from top professionals, how to go between registers, how to shift from the classical voice to the jazz voice or the pop voice. I'm working with managers, how to bring your voice out and be heard without any kind of pressure. And I'm also working with people to heal their voices, inner voice work, how to take down the layers of fear and really connect with your true essence. So that code, all you have to do is write in capital letters, OMTimes 2016, OMTimes 2016, and you will get 25% off of online Skype coaching. Those are single classes that you can book with me anytime, and I will try to work with a certain amount of time schedules. It's difficult for me when we're doing Skype in Singapore, for example. There are only a couple of hours that are going to work. But for example, I have clients in San Francisco, and I'm normally doing late afternoon, evening times, and they're doing then early morning times on the West Coast or New York, for example. So let me type this into the chat bar. Oops, all together, right? Write it all together. OMTimes, 2016. That is a coupon code for you guys if you'd like to click in and join me in private coaching. This coupon code you can get until the end of the year. I'll keep it open, but you can use it anytime. So if you don't have any time in the next weeks, it doesn't mean you have to study on Christmas Day, right? It just means that the offer is there until the 31st of December, and then I will close it out again. I'll ask you this question: what is the strongest muscle in your body? Maybe I should say one of the strongest, but I was told in my studies that it is the strongest muscle in your body. So we can see if one of you can even Google it fast or research it. What is the strongest muscle in your body? Dum boom, do dum dum dum, do 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 do. Nobody's answering. I'm really wondering if I'm seeing the stream. I'm going to refresh my computer in a second. The answer is your tongue. Your tongue. And the reason why is not only because you can communicate through your tongue, but you can also, I'm refreshing my page to see if there are more of you out there. You can also, it's there to protect you in case, not that you get bugs flying into your mouth or eating crazy food that's not good for you. In that case, you would be able to, opening up my comments again. Ursula's laughing. Nice. Yes, the tongue. And I was really surprised as a singer and as a voice coach, because I thought it would have been my thigh or my legs or something else. And it is the tongue, which is amazing. Yeah, woohoo! I love it. So here we are. What other secrets can I tell you today for those people tuning in? This is Kara Johnstad, voice visionary and singer-songwriter, mentor to voices changing this world. We are on OMTimes Experts platform, which is one of the most beautiful places to hang out. I have met so many wonderful people here, and the community is great. You should check out all the webinars that we're doing. A lot of energy workers, a lot of body workers. And I'll tell you another secret. Oh, Ursula just wrote, and I see true. I like this. It's very important to give voice to ourselves. Yes, it is. It is so important to give voice to ourselves. The voice is actually, we are all revolving around voice. We have it centered in the middle of our body to give us balance and harmony, to integrate experiences, all the senses, whether it's our nose, our eyes, imagery, ears, taste, it's all running to the back of our throat, basically, and then going and here being filtered through the voice until it gets to the heart and the rest of the body. And then the other way it works also, that when we have strong emotions or when we have big visions, we need to be able to integrate them before and filter them and refine them before we bring them out into the world. And my experience working with voice and the many layers of voice is to, this gift that we have that many of us are so unaware of. We take it so for granted. And the last time I was streaming last week, somebody asked me the question, can a voice show your personality? And the answer is, of course, yes. But the tragedy is that I've met many, many wonderful souls. I mean, really special, great people, fantastic people. And because they didn't know how to open their voice, and it had been closed for some reason due to traumas or difficult times or certain insecurities, because some other voice, they had given their power away to some other voice, a teacher, a parent, somebody who said that they were not good enough, which is always a lie, because we have so much beauty within. But because of this, these people, or many of us, are being judged on a voice which is not reflective of who we are. We're much, much bigger. And this is what is important when we step into voice work. It's so important, and it's not so difficult, you guys. It's really not difficult. I've developed a method to I love to sing from my heart. That's so precious. And I've developed a method not necessarily based on scales, although we can do scales, but to be able to isolate and to reconnect the inner muscles of the throat and then the tongue and jaw area. And it's phenomenal, because a lot of times it's only when we hear our full spectrum, our full frequencies, that we realize how much we've been constantly cutting off. And you have to imagine that with every word, with every conversation, with every song, with every single connection that you're coming out and connecting your heart to the world, if your voice is only 30% of what it can be, you're actually not getting the response back, the resonance back from the world that you need to continue, because they, the audience, let's put it like this, has a certain judgment because they only hear 30% of your soul. And your soul is so big. It's just so big. It's so big. And so what happens is when you start opening that chakra, that throat that is really able to carry, right, see love, carry that big heart out into the world, what happens is that you become so incredibly highly creative. Like, I don't even sleep so much. It's very easy for me to just channel songs, channel poetry, channel wisdom. Not because I'm, better or higher, just because basically when you open that center, you're connecting the mindfulness and the intelligence to the heart coherency and the heart intelligence, the emotional intelligence, and suddenly everything starts coming into balance. So we have Janet has joined us. Janet, let me see. Oh, in 2008, we're going to welcome Janet. I had neck surgery. They do it from the front. I lost my ability to sing. Yes. Yes. I would say yes. You can write me in the chat bar if you can speak. And if you can speak, you can sing. So the thing is like this. The vocal cords have a very natural way to regenerate themselves. And there are very easy exercises where you will never, ever, ever lose your voice again. And there are exercises to, one, regenerate the tone and bring the light back into your voice, the brilliance. That's the one thing. Yes, I can speak. Oh, beautiful. Well, then normally you can sing. And the second thing is that in the larynx itself, there's a function which is a tilt function. So a lot of times when you can't sing, when you feel like you're going, is that good? Like you're like, and you're hitting a ceiling somewhere. It is because you don't understand that tilting function. And there's something so beautiful, because inside our throat, the muscles of our throat, are all the things that you love as a child. And the function that allows us to sing in a very, very high range, is the swing. So all of you have loved to swing. I know you have loved to swing, just like I still love to swing. And that tilting free motion is what helps you. And so I don't know what happened in your neck surgery, but it can be that those muscles just got either, a little bit of trauma, they're very, very sensitive, or that they need to be stretched again, and you have to understand that function. And I would say that singing is so fun and so freeing. and not only is it freeing, but it connects so many parts of your memory and your being that it's worth a try, right? So, yes, I can speak. And Jane says, hum. Well, humming that's probably what Jane was alluding to. Yes, humming is a very, very good place to start. Humming is something that regenerates our vocal edges. Humming is normally something that you can sense if you put too much pressure in. So one of the best exercises for voice is to hum. And so we can all take a little break until the next questions come in. And Janet said, I had numbness and a lump for 3 years. I miss being able to sing after a few bars. I croak. Yes. It's always a balance, right? So it's a balance. Humming is good. Also, what's very important to remember is, please, you guys, do not use a lot of pressure. So again, for everybody who believes in deep breath and singing, I will tell you, exhale almost everything and start to hum. So that's my tip for you, a beautiful holiday tip for you, Janet. And if you didn't get it, if you're tuning in a little bit later, I do have an OMTimes holiday special running in the moment on my private coachings that are online and on Skype. They're on Skype, or we can use FaceTime. Some people use Google Hangouts, most people use Skype. And all you have to do is type in, when you go to my page, karajohnstad.com, type in, it's all in capitals. See, I have a lot of different voices I like to play with. OMTimes 2016. You will get this. You can also gift this to anybody. OMTimes 2016 is the coupon code. Yeah? And you will save 25% off of my private coachings. Yay, Stephanie, hi, welcome. Sing from the diagram. Well, I would not agree with that, Jane. I guess that's, I would tell you, put it like this. I know that your vocal cords and your vocal folds are about this long. We're talking about the length of a dime. Your diaphragm is huge. So this idea to sing from a diaphragm can put a lot of pressure on these very, very finely tuned, very, very small vocal folds. The vocal folds are they're just phenomenal. It's magical. So many of you know, if you know my music, you can go to YouTube and iTunes, Amazon, check it out. I'm actually known for a very, very big, dynamic, and full voice. And I am very weary of the theory of using the diaphragm to sing. I am very much for understanding how much pressure you actually need underneath the folds. And in most cases, 90% of the people that come to me are using way too much tension and pressure to produce tones. Okay? So, let's see. We have Jane here. Okay, Jane and Janet. Oh, I got to see my voice box was awesome. Yes, it is awesome. Used to do it as a child, but relearning it now. What is your basic price? Oh, I have to follow advice. I have to follow. Well, my basic advice is, what's my basic? If sing like you did as a child, which was, move your body. Don't take in huge amounts of breath. Be very, very natural. Get rid of the tension. So the method that I developed for opening voices very fast and very effectively works a lot with putting that neck, throat, jaw area in a very safe place, meaning that you give it signals consciously to be able to trust and to feel safe before you work on huge notes or high jumps or big ranges. And then it also works with regenerating the voice, because the voice loves to be opened gently and then go into a lot of strength and power. When we have a strong voice, we feel incredibly centered and powerful, like lions, like we could roar at the top of a mountain lion. That's what we feel like. But we can't just push it into that place very fast. The voice is a lot like having a good friendship, right? You don't start out with that wow energy. You start out gently. You start out intimately. And then it unlocks, it unfolds, and the power is there. The voice has a voice of vortex energy, and it does not work from pressure from the bottom. I will be doing a foundation course at OMTimes on the OMTimes platform. That'll start in spring. I don't have the dates yet. In January, we start a Find Your Courage, Find Your Voice. And that's very cool. I did it in November, and we're going to repeat it. It starts on January 12th, because that is working on the mindset. So what we've been talking about here is the physical, physically how to create a big open sound. And behind that big open sound is, for a lot of people, also the inner judges, the critics, the fear of speaking freely like I'm doing now, the fear of standing up on stage in front of 500 people or 1,000 or even 2, the fear of singing, maybe to your friends, simply singing happy birthday. Some people have fear. And anytime we have fear, it constricts us. So if we can release this fear, not only do we bring more health into our body and more joy and more fun, but we also become unstoppable as far as our creativity is concerned. And for many people, they start being heard. So a lot of time our stress is because we feel that we're not heard. And that's whether we're in a conversation or whether we're singing a song. We feel somehow like, wait a minute, I just spoke my truth. Why doesn't this person understand me? Or maybe you're in an office, or you're talking to your boss, or maybe you are the boss. Let's say you are the boss, and your team, you've laid it out clearly, you've written the message, which is also voice work, you've had all the emails, you had the conference calls, and still, dang, they don't understand you. So what is it that we are not clear? And it's often that our physical voice does not connect. Again, this is sitting right in the middle. So when we're doing voice work, we're doing the full tones. We're opening up this whole tongue, jaw, throat area and connecting it to our body to embody not only sound, but also light and consciousness. But we're also working on the other layers of voice, the mindsets, right? The dreams, the visions, how to manifest your dreams. And all these things start coming into alignment. And then we get out of the struggle and we get into the thrival. We get into holding light and holding truth. And that's who we really are, each and every one of us. So, hey, Ursula, you're welcome. Yeah, do it very, very naturally and beautiful and with joy, right? Okay, so, beautiful. Leanne is here. Voice and words have power when you merge light consciousness with intention. Exactly. Yeah, thank you. That is very, very true. And I think that with all my love for freedom and not wanting to censor, I also have a love for understanding the power of word. And if we are putting out words that are hateful or not in alignment with the higher good, all these words are going into bodies. So there is a line that I have, and I love to say it, which is that, sound moves through walls whereas light stops. So to really really remind ourselves that we cannot close our ears, so that the light and the sound, light is, we're absorbing that with our eyes. I think my dog is about to join me. He's crazy. I don't know if you might even love him. I don't know, but who knows if he'd jump on my chair. But it might be fun. You'll meet my dog now. He might come right behind me. This is Bo. We'll see if he comes behind the camera. He actually likes being a Hollywood star. So, but yeah, so sound actually comes into our ears. And think about it, this is the one place that you cannot close off. You cannot close off your ears. It's not possible. You can close your eyes. You can even close your nose if something smells really funky. And close your mouth. You cannot close your ears. So our sound waves have already been compressed and have been squashed basically through the whole MP3 and radio. We have so much compression in the music business. That's the one layer which we have to open our ears again in the nature, with the waterfalls, with the wind, with the trees, to nourish our ears with the full frequency sound. So that's the one level. But the other level is language. Which language are we digesting and putting into our system? And I'm very clear with this. I actually only love, yes, an everyday practice, exactly. I only let really high intent, positive intent, brilliant intent. It's not to say I'm afraid of darkness, which I'm not. We need darkness also to grow inside of. But I'm not very cool with trashy language because it doesn't serve anybody. So anyway, hey, it's so beautiful that you're here. I think, let me know if you have any other voice questions. Otherwise, it's really fantastic to be here. My intention is to spend time with everybody once a week, a very short call. This has been a little bit longer, but it's groovy. I'm so happy we found the time together. Let me share with you again the webinars that are happening online, connecting everybody as a global community. They're on the OMTimes platform. And I have two webinars happening at the end of the year, one on December 29th, and it's called Create Your Soul Goals, right? This is a webinar actually working with the inner voice guidance systems, and then putting it out into voice work. We can voice our visions through singing them, through speaking them, or also through writing them down. But it's very powerful when we go into the new year to really sense, what does my inner voice say to me, and what does my higher voice want to connect me to and channel through. So this webinar is basically 1.5 hours long. It's on December 29th, and I'm running a second one live on January 2nd. And the cool thing about the OMTimes platform is that I am actually teaching live, so you're able to tune in and talk with me. So just like now, I'm able to see your chat stream, and we even have microphone systems that you are able to talk with me. And if you want, even be on screen. You don't have to be, right? But you will see me like this, so it's not a pre-recorded thing. But if you want to, let's say you have another appointment over the holidays, you can always watch the webinars at a later time, or you can rewatch them. They're recorded. It's a kind of a lifetime deal, right? So if you want to watch it again next year, before New Year's, I don't know if I'll be doing it next year. So you'll have it then for life, and then you'll have that system. In January 12th, I start the Find Your Courage, Find Your Voice webinar. That is a 4-week, 30-day course. And that's all about mindsets. That's basically, in 4 weeks, I want you to dissolve all your fear around voice and really come back to that place that we talked about earlier in this live stream of innocence, of natural joy, of bliss, of not having those critics, of really understanding what your voice is in this world, and that to be able to come into your full to your full potential, to really stand without fear, you need to feel that it's okay to voice what you are, and in that full spectrum frequency. And then last but not least, there's two more things, okay? So the one thing is create your soul goals, which is December 28th, and the second one is running on January 2nd. You'll find the links here. I'll post them afterwards. The second one is Find Your Courage, Find Your Voice, which is January 12th. That's a 4-week webinar. And then in the springtime, I will be doing a voice foundation course where we'll go into these deeper layers of the throat, and you'll really learn. We talked a little about it today, about the diaphragm, about the tongue muscles, about what if I have neck surgery, can I sing? And I will be offering an online foundation training for voice work itself, for sound, for really opening that 5th chakra. Yes, beautiful. And so one last thing before we close this amazing live stream. I see we have 10,623 people that we've reached. I think this is absolutely fabulous. I love it. It makes me so happy. It brings me so much joy. I really do believe that voice is one of the things that is going to lift up and raise the vibration of planet Earth. And if we all not only open our voices, but join together to start speaking more kindly, speaking more consciously, singing together, we can really shift harm to harmony and violence to vibrance. We can really do it, you guys. This is one of the fastest ways. This is the fastest ways to raise the consciousness, and it's happening big time. And wow, 10,623 people we reached, and that is totally cool. So for those of you that are on the call, one last time, it is the holidays, and I know we are a couple days before having, for some of us, right? Some of us are having Hanukkah, other people are celebrating festivals of lights, and many of us are celebrating Christmas. And so to celebrate this, I have created a coupon for the private training that I do, the private training, online training, where you basically are working with me. I'm opening your voice. We work on different levels, mentorship, and basically really figuring out if you have cracks, or if you have something that doesn't work, or if you're shifting from classical music to jazz, or jazz to classical. You can check out my work on my homepage, which is karajohnstad.com, KaraJohnstad. So karajohnstad.com. Then you'll see where my music is, you'll see the teachings, and then you'll see a place which says Voice School. And there you can go in and book a class. And if you use a coupon, and I'm going to be writing this once again, if you use the coupon OMTimes 2016, right? OMTimes 2016, because we are the last days of 2016. And it's been quite a year for most of us. It's been quite a year. You will save 25% on the voice coaching single classes, which I'm holding Skype. That's just me and you, one-on-one. You can also pick them up and give them as gifts for Christmas. If you have a loved one who always wanted to understand voice, or who has been struggling with any kind of voice issues, then you're able to do that, okay? So I'm going to type that now into the chat bar. Once again, you go to OMTimes. Whoa, I was typing in, you know how when you have that capitalization key on and then suddenly you get all those funny little marks? You go to OMTimes, and then you go to my homepage, karajohnstad.com, all right? And there you'll see my music, and you'll be able to check me out, and feel free also to add me, right, to Spotify or to YouTube playlists. And then we can like hang out together, right? You can pop me into your ears, just like I'm popping you in here, and then pick up that 25% savings that's running until December 31st, right? You don't have to take the classes in this short time. I know you guys have a lot happening in these days, but if you book it by December 21st, you will, not 21st, 31st, you will save 31st. If you book it until December 31st, you will save 25%. Ah, beautiful. Wow, it's so precious to see so many people here. So wonderful. I'm going to teach you a canon. Yesterday we did have winter solstice, so I think I'm going to teach you a canon, and you can sing this you can sing it by yourself. It's very, very easy. It's very easy. Or you can get together some friends and then sing it with friends. Okay? So the words are very easy. It's light and darkness. Light and darkness, which is where we are. At this time of the year, we basically have a lot of darkness if you're in the northern hemisphere and a lot of light if you're in the southern hemisphere. And we just had the winter solstice. So this is a canon. The first part goes like this. Light and darkness, light and darkness. Okay, did you get that? Let's do it again. Light and darkness, light and darkness. Okay, and you can watch this video later. You can repeat it. So I'm going to go on to the second part. Light and darkness, light and darkness. You got it? Let's do it again. Light and darkness, light and darkness. Okay, we're going to sing it all together. Wherever you are, you might be in the kitchen. You might be somewhere else. Oh, maybe. You want to see my dog? Let's sing. Bobo, come here. Come here. Oh, he's shy today. He is shy. There he is. Here, come. There you go, Gungo. Okay, that's my big, beautiful golden retriever, Bo. Let's sing this song. Yeah. Let's sing this song all together. Light and darkness, light and darkness. Here we go. Light and darkness, light and darkness. Light and darkness, light and darkness. I thank you for being here. I thank you so much. And have a good holiday, all right? Love and light. Bye-bye.